Good morning from Brussels' most beautiful train station. I want to show you today how I've been travelling around Belgium for free for the last 6 months. But first, a top tip. In Belgium, very often you have to pay to go to the toilet in public places. If you go inside the station, you might have to pay 50 cents or €1. But if you come outside the station, there are these things called a urinoir. Excellent for the gentlemen, maybe not so good for the ladies. Don't spend a penny, just go out here. Make sure you've got your hand sanitizer with you, and you can use one of these beautiful things. They smell really nice as well. I've managed to find a travel companion today.
Hello. Alright, so for this trip, most importantly, the Brunewing, followed by some Opal, hot mango vodka shot, and the Belgian edition, Rochefort 11.3% beer, and sriracha pretzels.
Hooligan tour of Belgium with the hooligan pretzels, chili crackers,
And some touristers.
some sweets, or candies as you might call them. So today we're taking the train up to Knokke on the Belgian coast. Knokke! The train was absolutely packed at the other end. Walked down a little bit because people just come up on the little escalator and then they kind of all just stand there in the same area waiting. But if you walk down a little bit, then it's not so busy. We just changed the train in Bruges and it's a little bit quieter now. You can see there's a lot of empty seats. So maybe I can tell you a little bit about the train ticket that I used today and how I've been travelling Belgium for free for the last 6 months. So we're trying to find a way to get people back on the railways for leisure travel. Obviously people are travelling for work and things like that, but to get people back on the railways to go and see different parts of Belgium again. And they came up with this scheme called Hello Belgium, inspired by the name of my YouTube channel, Hello Antonio. Anybody who was resident in Belgium at the time, back in September, could register for one of these tickets. They would send it to you in the post. Twice a month you could use your ticket either to do a return journey or 2 single journeys. I started in October. I've been on a trip in November, December, January, February and March. You can see I've been really far so far with this ticket. Liedekerke, which is a village outside Brussels. Been to Leuven, Vilvoorde, which is another village just outside of Brussels. The one I used in January, I used that to go and pick up my PlayStation in Antwerp because they didn't have it in stock in Brussels. Been around a little bit. I'm travelling for free today, but my travel companion, Icelandic Girl.
Yeah, I was silly enough not to register for Hello Belgium, so $18.40.
So she's paid $18.40 for her return ticket, which still isn't bad, you know, it's not a bad deal. I think it's an hour and a half the journey today.
Yeah.
So it's a lot cheaper than in my country, and in your country you don't even have trains, so. Maybe I can read to you as well the little letter I got from the Belgian Railway Company. It's written in some of the best Belgian English I've ever heard. Dear Sir or Madam, you have registered for 12 free train trips, and you're right. Belgian Railways, if you need a new translator for your letters, give me a call. Even after the summer holidays, there is still a lot to discover in Belgium. That is why SNCB gives you the chance to explore every corner of our beautiful country in the coming months with your Hello Belgium Rail Pass. Did you know that you can choose from more than 500 destinations to travel to with your free journey pass? You can travel every weekday after 9 AM, but you said I could only travel twice a month, so I can't travel every weekday after 9 AM and with no time restriction at weekends. So I don't know, if you want to catch a train at 2 in the morning, go for it. It can only be used by yourself, so no sharing. Sorry, Icelandic Girl. So if you are travelling with several people, each person needs to fill in their own rail pass if they bother to get one. Safety on the train and in the station remains extremely important. which is why it is mandatory to wear a mask. You'll find all our hashtag move safe, so they've got a nice hashtag, a move safe hashtag. Measures overleaf. Extra cleaning in the trains and the stations. I'm glad that they finally stopped rolling out dirty Belgian trains, aren't you? Keep 1.5 metre distance in the station on the platform. Well, you're going to have to move over there, I'm afraid. You'll have to go over to those seats.
I'm in your bubble.
You're in my bubble. You wish. Do you have any questions? Visit sncb.be. So I'm going to go to there, ask what is the meaning of life, and hopefully they will let me know. And they're wishing us a pleasant journey. So cheers SNCB. I know this was a bit sarcastic, but genuinely, thanks for the free tickets. Really appreciate it. Let's go have some fun down by the seaside. Icelandic Girl, she was reading on the Brussels Times. Apparently we're all meant to be sat next to the window. I'm a window apparently, so it doesn't matter. I'm not sure how people are meant to travel together anymore. We'll all be robots.
The train to Bruges. I mean, it was so packed. How are they going to be able to do that?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's unworkable, isn't it? The conductors were walking down, didn't check our tickets, of course. That always happens in Belgium. And also didn't start telling us to sit next to the window. So maybe there's maybe common sense has prevailed. When I went to Antwerp in January, I didn't have a pen on me, and so I said, do you have a pen, can you write on it for me? And she said, il faut l'écrire avant le moment, and she even wrote it up there, avant le moment. So you have to write it before you do your ticket, otherwise the conductor gets a bit cranky with you. Oh, look at that lovely modern logo, Knokke Heist. Welcome in Heist. Well, it looks like we found more than we bargained for in Knokke at Barcelona. There you go, my last Hello Belgium train ticket. The pissoir where it all started. The scheme has finished, and according to the statistics, about 30% of the journeys of the tickets available were used. Low conversion rate is due to the time of year where it's really cold, where it's winter. I mean, it's early April here in Brussels and we had snow the last 2 days. I feel like if this had been in the summer, then more of the tickets would have been used. Maybe the aim wasn't for all the tickets to be used, maybe it was just to keep the railways in people's minds. They had planned to do the scheme earlier in 2020, but of course, as often happens in Belgium, there were some delays. Oh look, I found another pissoir. I would really like them to do this scheme again. It was great to have a few free train journeys, but because of the time of year probably, maybe that's a lame excuse, I didn't really make the most of the tickets. There are 500 destinations around the country that you can go and visit. Far-flung corners of the country. Down especially in the Ardennes, there's lots of branch lines which I'd love to explore one day. Should we do this in Belgium again? What do you think? What are they doing in your country if you're not in Belgium? I'd love to hear if there's been a similar kind of scheme to get tourism going again. Here in Belgium, I don't think it will happen because there's currently a ban on international travel, and that's only being lifted later this month in April. But I think people will still focus very much domestically. As Elína was saying earlier in the video, there's now lots of rules about not sitting next to windows and things like that, reducing capacity on the trains. So I can't really see a scheme like this coming back anytime soon. Huge thanks to Elína for joining me on the trip, really enjoyed it. It's really been fun making this video. The train is of course a great way to travel. It's greener, more efficient. Wherever you are in the world, take care, have fun. You can see the route from Brugge, from Bruges to Knokke is beautiful, full of these cars and chimneys and stuff. Now, if you go on the other side, look, that's quite nice. You might be able to see that church over there.
De volgende halte is Heist.